2 of the Overwatch World Cup. We are here in the Blizzard Arena. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, alongside Malik Forte. We got our friend Hammond.
Oh my goodness, man.
Today's going to be a great day.
It's going to be a great day, yo. We started off World Cup yesterday at this stage with some crazy matches. We saw Brazil in the day with a reverse sweep on Norway.
That was nuts.
It was nuts. It was nuts. So it's going to be another crazy day of action. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We've got to catch you guys up with where we're going today. It's Saturday, and we've got 5 more matches, and it all starts with a battle for the Alps. Switzerland will be taking on Austria a little bit later. We get a chance to see America as they face off against Brazil.
That's going to be a nuts match.
A few Americans here.
Yeah, a few Americans. And then we're going to follow that one up with Norway versus Canada. We got the USA taking the stage once again against Switzerland, and we're going to end the day with Brazil taking on Austria.
It's going to be good. Are you guys ready for that? It's going to be great, and we got to show you why. Currently, we know it's the top 2 teams, everybody's favorites coming into the event at the top of the leaderboard. Canada, they're perfect so far, sitting at 2-0, haven't dropped a map yet. USA right behind them at 1-0.
USA! USA! Again, not biased at all.
Not biased at all here in the crowd.
But also, we have the middle of the pack that should not be slept on. Norway and Brazil are both sitting at 1-1. And then at the bottom, we have Switzerland at 0-1 and Austria at 0-2. These guys are going to be looking to bounce back today.
And one of them is getting a win to open up this day. It's going to be fantastic. And we want to know, who are you guys cheering for? Blizzard Arena, who are you guys cheering for today? A lot of USA. I hear some Canada.
That's a mixed crowd.
All right.
This is not home turf.
And everybody that's online, we want to hear from you as well. Use the hashtag OWWC2018 with your favorite team. Who are you cheering on? Which teams? Which players individually? We all want to know.
Yeah, tweet it out. It may end up on the broadcast, possibly, you know? So let your voice be heard, for sure.
All right, enough talking from us. Are you guys ready to get this show started? There it is. Hammond's ready. We're ready. It's time to send it over to our casters to kick this baby off. We got Semler and Hex. What's up, fellas?
We're ready, Hex.
Are we?
Yes,
I'm ready.
No,
I'm always ready.
So,
You can have your microphone ready. Come
that's
on.
right. That Hammond, Puckett, that Hammond, it's a brave man who is willing to carry that in his arm.
was a
Looks like the
Hammond.
thing's going to come to life and just like start gnawing it off.
Yeah, there's a gremlin sequel in this.
Yeah.
About to happen
Just
up
keep
there.
the water away from it.
Don't read it after midnight.
So we're going to get to do most of these, we're going to get to do the rest of the Swiss games, you and I. So, I mean, we've already got to know these players a little bit, got to talk with them last night. I mean, everybody's just super stoked to be here, and they're looking to do some damage.
But they had a couple goals coming into this when I spoke to them the other day. Don't go 0-20. Mission accomplished. Map yesterday, good job against Norway. They kicked it off on Nepal and played really well there. Their second smaller goal, or actually maybe bigger goal after the first hurdle, was to beat Austria. A bit of a regional rivalry. Which one of these countries has better mountain ranges is usually the debate between the two. I know what Zoe thinks, but you know, they're very similar country. They're close together. So Austria, Switzerland
so
definitely wanted to beat Austria.
I was just waiting for Zoe next time she sees you to just be like, whoop, you know.
Typical hello from Zoe.
Yeah, true, fair enough, Sorry. Hey, Zoe. So, yeah, I mean, as far as this match is concerned, what can we expect to see?
A lot of tanks, probably, from Switzerland. You know, their motto yesterday was more HP, more room for mistakes. And then Austria looking to bounce back. Look, we don't really know what this Austria team is yet. They had to play Canada and USA yesterday. That's not fair.
Well, you know, they're real givers, Hex, you know?
Yeah, they gave away a lot of maps. 0-8 on the map record, unfortunately. They're probably going to win a map or two here today. But, you know, at the bottom of the pack, you'd think that Switzerland actually has a chance, you know? I mean, they're building some momentum. They got some of the stuff out of the way. The confidence is there. So yesterday we mentioned, too, no excuses today. Everyone's been on stage, no nerves. So that this is who you are today.
That is it. And I mean, what we're excited about is we get to see more Ana play.
Yeah.
And so we do actually have a card to bring up for you guys. You can take a look at that. Comparing the stats, you know, as far as usage is concerned. And, well, yeah, we're seeing a lot more Ana.
Roughly 35%, my math in full effect of a difference right there. You didn't see a whole lot of Ana in stage 4, but with Mercy coming down to earth, you know, figuratively and literally, and Ana coming back, look, it's the nano boost.
Just to be clear, you know, that's Widowmaker in the background.
Yeah.
Another sniper, not the same sniper.
No.
Just, you know,
A little more
confused
effective
at
of a
home.
weapon, but her bullets do not heal as well. Ana, one of those very versatile heroes. If you shoot your friends, they get healed up.
No, they heal the struggle of life. They take that out of the picture.
Fair enough.
You don't have to worry about it anymore when you run into Widow.
Well, we might see some Ana on this Switzerland roster. Their hashtag was no mercy. They had to play a little bit of mercy yesterday, unfortunately, but we probably will see some Ana. One of their strengths they thought coming into this was that their support line was very good. So I'd imagine we see a lot of Ana, Bionades, and Sleep Darts, those high skill abilities.
I'm looking forward to more Luke's, though. He was popping off yesterday, had a fantastic performance. And of course, these are going to be the guys that they will be facing going into this match.
Yeah. You speak of Ana, it might probably be Eclipse playing the Ana. Their flex support for them, of course, the staple of this roster has been Watt 7 with a lot of experience. So we're going to see what their true form is. You know, like I said, it's just a tough draw against USA and Canada because they came out, no nerves on the stage. This is their home turf. Those guys have been playing in the Overwatch League. A great deal, so no nerves for them yesterday. It was kind of expected that Austria was going to start this way. I'm kind of excited to see what they are today.
Well, they got over the hump, right? Like I said, they were feeling very generous yesterday. Now they're going to take. Now they're going to take back what is theirs. And it's going to happen to be on a control map here. So Oasis is going to be kicking it off, and we have an explainer video that'll show you just how that's going to go down.
This is Control. Two teams fight head-to-head for control of a common objective, located in the middle of the map. To capture the objective, your team must stand within its range for a set amount of time. Capture percentage is continually given to whichever team is in control. The enemy will fight to clear your team off and capture the objective for themselves. Losing control will pause your progress. Now your opponent gains capture percentage. If both teams are on the objective when one of them reaches 99% capture, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until one of the teams is cleared off. The round ends when either team achieves 100% capture. Each round is played on one of the map's 3 unique areas. Control is best of 3, so whichever team captures 2 objectives wins.
So there you have it, guys. Quick explainer. You guys know now that it is a best of 3 format. And I'm glad to hear the hype for this first match of the day. Switzerland versus Austria. And we got a good house here, guys.
Yeah, it should be really fun. And Control, very simple. Take it, keep it, get to 100%.
There you go.
See, I could have made that video really quickly.
See, the Hulk would hate this kind of gameplay, you know? Hulk is always out of control, right?
Yes.
You just be like, control? No.
Yeah, it's very... losing control can be a benefit sometimes, especially if you're a big green monster trapped inside a nerdy scientist. All right, so for Austria, I wonder if we're going to see this Hammond. So Oasis, we talked so much about tanks coming into this. We expected a lot of the triple support, triple tank coming into it. But it's Oasis. You kind of have to run a Pharah. Pharah is at least something you want to try out to see if the other team can run it. I mean, it's a lot. I think you always run Pharah until the other team proves they can stop it.
Exactly, right? Either with the McCree, a Pharah of their own, some kind of counter play there. We might have Mr. Dragonwall now. We might just be going for the full cover all of the bases kind of approach here for Austria.
Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit interesting. Of course, you see Mini-Me was on the Lucio just to give him the speed off the bat, but now you're going to go to a Mercy to keep in line with your Pharah up over the top. I actually really like the Orisa here. The Orisa pull into the middle of the hole. They almost get it. They almost dropped 3 into the mix. That would have been a game-winning ult.
I'm really liking the color of these rockets. Yes, please. Bright red rockets. You don't want to get hit by one of those hex.
Oh, the
Not
rocket,
even about the damage.
The Rockets Red Glare. Not exactly the same country right here, but I'll take the patriotism wherever I can find it. Up over top, yet to even be shot at, and already a barrage erases 2.
Oh, 3 gets remix at the end. Sick play from Steven. He is doing some beautiful work already. And well, this is what happens when I guess you try not to try to ignore the Pharah. You're gonna get a barrage within the first fight of the game.
And that was an insanely fast barrage right there. I mean, trying to ignore the Pharah has been a strategy in the past. It doesn't necessarily work unless you completely dominate the ground game. And this is another reason why I like the Orisa, is that once you take control of the point, you get this really nice setup. Your shield is just better than Reinhardt's. It's not mobile, but it is a little bit more powerful, and it's almost always up. It's so hard to crack.
Exactly, such a short cooldown on it, so you always have a place to hide to set up that hard point defense. And Dragonlaw, this is exactly what he wants. He's just going to be getting the perfect defense to just sit and take shots. Not going to get that flashback, unfortunately, for him. In the meantime, Steven is still looking for his angle, already over the top, and nearly has another barrage. We will have the Deadeye coming up here soon. Watt 7 point right now. I mean, just taking a fight, trying to survive.
Yeah, they already got two. A great use of abilities there to solidify there and not get charged. Another barrage comes in early in that fight. We saw an Orisa pull on a McCree as well. WOT7's Orisa has been very good. They're gonna have Supercharger for the next fight, give everyone that extra damage. Yeah, and I think this is where he saw it, up over the edge, pulls them all, almost gets himself a triple, almost a quad actually. 3 people tiptoeing on the edge, but he did pull the McCree off to start that fight.
I'm liking this all-out aggression. Another Deadeye. Tried to halt them out from behind the shield. I'm liking these plays from WOT7. He really is trying to throw the Swiss off balance here. And the grab not really going to catch anybody. So, unfortunately, right now, the Swiss, they need to take a deep breath here. They just need to kind of calm themselves because things are really not going their way.
Yeah, it has been pretty one-sided so far. In fact, Switzerland has yet to find a kill. There's the first one. They do get Mr. Dragon out of the mix.
Yeah, and already, Steven, this guy has been just cranking out barrages so quick. There's no real challenge to him. He's playing these angles, and he's nearly got another barrage online. He could just unleash it point blank, but he is looking for the reset here because the rest of his team are dead.
Yeah, Luke's who had done so well is not hitting the shots on the far that you need to be able to pressure them out. You have to at least hit a shot to make them think twice about staying where they are, make them use abilities and get out of that mix. But Switzerland finally puts some points on the board, gets a full team kill, gets 6 eliminations during that fight. And now we'll start counting up themselves. Austria, 1 fight away from taking this first stage here on Oasis University, and they got a boatload of balls to do so.
And he's been averaging 48 seconds on his barrages so far. That's
pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. And Mr. Dragon Ball not too far behind that either. Will find the pick on Remix using the node. Sleep is there. No shatter potential, and this is looking fairly good. Although we do have Luke's kind of trading back here. 2 kills with his own Deadeye.
Just don't think it's going to be enough. Those kills came after the other ones. It's very back and forth now, but a nice sleep puts the Brigitte down onto the ground very low, but it's Brigitte, support player, by the way.
That's right. You run away from the Brigitte support.
Yep. 1v1's a lot of heroes in the game, but this shatter could just end it. Finds himself a nice angle, puts 2 on the ground.
Good follow-up there by Lux as well. Pounces, Eclipse is gone. Lux is just running amok in the back line. We're at 70% and counting now for Switzerland, and if they can keep holding here, Austria, they might be hard-pressed. As far as ults are concerned, what do Austria have to work with right now? They've got the Valk coming online here for Mini.
I very much like how Luke's plays, where if he's not feeling a hero, he's not stubborn on it.
Yeah.
Just off of it. He wasn't having a great McCree match, and now you just switch the onus onto who's going to deal with the bar or put some pressure on it. Perhaps it's going to be Scorpion on the Ana, again, an aggressive hero on the support, can deal with that bar, at least put some pressure on it. And if Luke's can get the cleanup on the Tracer, it's going to be worth it.
Nice attempt there by Scorpion. Does manage to get the nade out to keep his teammates topped up. We have a boosted Brigitte. This is a lot of potential for damage, and there it is, sure enough, 2 kills, opening things up here for Switzerland, who are fighting back. They're at 99%. They've run it all the way back, Hex. Took them a little bit to wake up, but now they've really got control of the situation, although they are dropping some bodies here.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough. They've really only got support heroes on the ground. If they can keep their tank up, he's going to be the source of damage, and now fights are happening all over the place. The Shatter comes in and hits absolutely nothing, but he still lives just for the moment. Doomfisted out. Very back and forth still. Next couple of kills could seal it out.
This is Dragon going for the show plays. If he could find Lux, that would be beautiful. Instead, just going to go ahead and punch Scorpion into the wall. Looking for the D-Mech as well, finds that. Kiba is out, Kiba is dead. Steven with the barrage again, and Austria will succeed in flipping the point and picking it up, the lead.
But very good for Switzerland to be able to fight that back. It was very, very one-sided early on. And how strong is Doomfist? That's a Tyson-esque uppercut to be able to uppercut a mech.
It's a 2-ton mech.
That's a 2-ton mech.
But then he has got the fist.
Until it gets hacked, then it's a 2-ton tater.
Tin can. Well, 1 point lead now for Austria. And like you said, a little bit of a rivalry here. There's a bit on the line as far as bragging rights when everybody goes home.
Yeah, I mean,
where wins this match.
Just think of like the state that you're closest to make this an Americanized kind of audience here. Like in Wisconsin, we hate Illinois and they hate us. We're all from the Midwest at the end of the day, and we're friends, and we, unite over our hatred over the West Coast. But I'm sure there's different things here there,
So Austria taking point again. We will continue to see the Pharah. Dragon Ball is going to be the one going for the Tracer. And yeah, we will have that balancing Pharah on the other side. Nice rocket to kick things off. Unfortunately, Steven can't find that following one. So, point blank, let's go!
No mercy on him now. He's got to hit the second one. No, but the high ground.
Shinoda with that edge. Get that high ground advantage. Looking good here. Eclipse does manage to stay alive just a little while longer. Mini trying to keep on top of this, but Switzerland are finding kills right now. And a res as well from Remix could make the difference. Yep, sure enough, Mimi will take advantage of it, takes down a Lot 7.
And nice target firing there as well, and I'm glad that Luke's is coming out here on the Tracer. It's when he came alive in the last round, so very similar compositions from both teams. The difference being a Zenyatta on Switzerland, while Austria is going with the Moira instead. So Switzerland should have a little quicker time to kill with the Discord Orb on their targets, but a little more sustain for Austria.
Oh, there's a big opening. Shinoda going down to Steven, who's ruling the skies once again. He will get brought back to life, but that's the res used now by Remix. Not going to happen for the rest of this fight. Luke's has got the pulse. We hear a barrage coming through, and no joy this time. Gets shut down immediately. Again, you get that Discord Orb on you, and you're fixed in one place. A Zen can rip your head off.
Yeah, Zen is a damage dealer who accidentally heals sometimes. His biggest healing output, of course, being when he's got the ultimate ability in Transcendence to fight over points. But the Orb is just a fire and forget. You're like, yeah, take some healing, I'm busy. I'm busy doing damage.
I'm busy killing over here. Jonak, is that you? So, Shinoda's now the one with the edge in this battle. With that barrage, he needs to make sure that Steven doesn't get the high ground advantage on him. Just wants to keep control of the skies here and come dropping in. Could go for the point blank right there. Yep, sure enough. Really cleans up too. That was perfect. And Steven not in position to shut him down fast enough.
That's a really smart barrage because, as you said, not going to be punished for it and just take what you can get right there. And if you can live through a barrage and get a kill, that's already a successful barrage, in my opinion, especially in these situations where you don't have a Zarya bubble or maybe even a D.Va that kind of live in that matrix at the exact same time. So barrage just puts you so vulnerable that if you can get something out of it and still contribute to the fight afterwards, you're in a good spot. Switzerland has aced this map so far, looking to send us to a stage 3.
Very good. Yep, if they can keep control, Pulse will not find a kill, but we do have the coalescence here from Eclipse. Steven finds a kill of his own. The Far Mercy is closed now. Go to the next one.
Well, this one is just about over. I would like to see Mimi7 save his Primal Rage. There's no point in stalling out once you're past 90%. The next fight's going to win it for you anyway. The 99% is where it will sit, and Switzerland's going to try to bank some ultimates and take this one back.
I like it. Take your time with it, Scorpion. He's got a ways to go. So get those support loads online and then really just lock down that fight.
Dragon's going to look for a pulse bomb here, but I think Luke spotted him out on the flank. Still behind the team, though. That Zenyatta's a great target. No pulse bomb needed when he's that low. They just call in the damage over top, and he's able to finish it off.
Oh, 6 softened up. Perfect positioning. Could get the follow-up here. Looks is trying to challenge. Dragonlaw, though, going to get that recall. And in the meantime, Austria finding the kills, holding off Switzerland. No problem at all. But again, you're right. You know, Switzerland right now feels like it's just eco plays. If they can force any ults out of Austria, groovy. But they just need to just take their time and build the ults of their own.
I'm actually low-key hoping for a pulse bomb on a Tracer. Either one on the other. It's the ultimate disrespect on a Tracer. You know that if they don't have recall, if you can pulse bomb the opposing Tracer, it's just a feels good play.
For the knife. Oh, point blank. This would be big.
Surprised he didn't go for the barrage there. Maybe try to get the Mercy out of the fight, but you know you're going to give up your life for it. It's just about making an effective trade.
Right now, I mean, it's really taking Switzerland quite a lot of time to get those ults online as far as the supports are concerned. Shinoda, though, refusing to say die, picks up the one. Steven with the barrage, point blank, removes another. But Switzerland, even without the ult game, they're committing with the DPS ults, and they are coming out ahead in these fights. It's only Eclipse and me left on it, and now they're dead.
We're going to stage number 3 here at some point in time, unless Austria's got a big bag of tricks here. They try to bust out with the Doom Fist, a Desperation Fist to get back onto the point. Looking to touch this D.Va on the side, not going to get there on time. Starting off with a barn burner here.
Yeah, exactly, back and forth. Expected a bit more of an even match here between these two teams. Oh, when you're not playing Canada or US, we do expect a more even match.
Some nice plays by both of these Pharahs. The Pharah play in this tournament so far has been exceptional, especially Pharah v Pharah has been so fun to watch. The fight in the skies, a lot of direct hit rockets. The projectile prediction and aim from these Pharah players has been magnificent.
I'm always a big fan of the Pharah play as well, exactly, because it's positioning. You got to lead them. You got to really find that moment for the proper barrage to really try and, well, survive it, but even if you don't survive it, get that kill, get that value. So I'm glad to see more Pharah play. Steven and Shinoda look like they're going to be able to stick on those here as we go to the final point of this first map. It's tied up 1-1. Whoever takes this one is going to win it and take the lead in the series. And already, Pharah's right over the walls. You can see the prioritization here. Shinoda's just like, no, I'm just going to throw rockets at the big beef and hope that I'm going to be able to find that opening pick.
Yeah, you really don't want to waste your rockets early on when the other foe is far away, because that's just mostly luck. When you start getting a little closer quarters, then you can start firing away at that dogfight target in the sky. But right now, Austria is winning the positioning on every front. They're able to take down both tanks. And when you lose both of anything, whether that's your DPS, your supports, your tank lines, it's going to be a really hard fight to bring back.
Oh, did we get the res off? It looks like we did. So we will have Mimi back in this fight. In the meantime, Mini is going to bring his own Winston back into it. So we are fairly even tit for tat right now. Nobody's got control just yet of this first point, although the kills seem to be favoring Austria. They've got a man advantage right now. Kiba is very close to running back in, though, so he will be able to support.
Yeah, with Oasis, you really just don't want to give up the point ever if you can prevent it and maybe swing it back the other way. We've seen the Tracers get a couple kills, and maybe that'll do it. But this one seems to be a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of cleaning up the last couple of kills. Fire will fall, the Diva the last one left, and now it's time to regroup. Still coming in, though, and I don't necessarily love this because you're giving away ult charge to Austria.
Exactly. I mean, yes, okay, Scorpion, you just got your ult online. Fair enough. Maybe you hit an Orb or two, but now we will have Mini rocking the wings in just a moment.
That Orb or 2 is going to come online, or it's going to happen and get your ult online on your way in anyway, and you're not going to give them the health that pulls over to their ult fund. Not the greatest start right there, but Austria in control at 20%. They've got both their DPS ultimates up. That one does not necessarily find any kills, but it forces out the Transcendence late because the Diva was so low.
Oh, there's Shinoda, and Shinoda will blow himself up, but he gets the DMAC on Sensotics in the meantime. So right now, Switzerland, they're in a decent position here to win this out. Mini has got the wings out. They're going to try and hunt him down as quick as possible. And they're really holding on to their ults right now, Swizz.
Ah, but the team captain comes in with a 2 primal rage kills. Going to buy a little bit of time, but then Shinoda will shut it down yet again. Switzerland will flip it back over, just shy of 50% for Austria.
Good stuff here from Switzerland, holding on to those ults as well, not realizing that they were ahead and not overcommitting. So now they'll still have some tools in the toolbox going into this next fight. Austria not really going to be able to just run it back immediately.
Austria's going to get there with Coalescence, a very fast-charging ultimate, and Pulse Bomb will be up. We haven't seen an enormous Pulse Bomb yet, but we saw some yesterday.
Oh, there we go. Direct rocket in the back.
I think Steven just accidentally was out of boosters as he hit the top lip of that edge up top, and then started sliding down a little alpine skiing right there.
Let's see, Shinoda right now working his way up to that barrage, still controlling the skies. A couple more direct rockets like that, he's going to be feeling pretty good. In the meantime, Lux has won the duel versus Mr. Dragon. As far as those Tracers are concerned, Coalescence, one of the ways to try and, blast this angry moth out of the sky, trying to melt them, but it's not going to happen. Great heals come through from Remix, keeping Shinoda alive.
This is Switzerland's favorite map mode, and you can see why right now. They really excel in the brawls and just the 1v1s. Shinoda's winning the 1v1s in the sky. You've got Luke's winning it on the ground. Austria's going to switch over. Eclipse is now on the Ana instead. Try to get a little bit more healing throughput there, but Scorpion's been on it for a bit, so he's going to have his boost ready to go. You can boost the Winston here, and he will almost guaranteed get Primal Rage towards the end. So the best way you want to use it is you give the Winston the boost, the nano boost, it runs out, and then he pops Primal at the end.
So let's see, is he going to be able to commit to it? No, Remix dying.
No, now you hold. You hold everything.
Now you don't. Just exactly, don't overcommit.
You're at 80%. You're one fight away. I think you hold ultimates here.
Yeah, don't commit. Oh, no, Mimi decides to go for the Primal.
Maybe they wanted to get to 90 or something just to make sure that they're one fight away, because it's very difficult to get everyone off of the point, that you want a little bit more percentage rather than an 85 that we're used to on Control. Say a Lijiang Tower, an 85 is usually a fight away, but Oasis plays a little bit differently. It's not the biggest investment in ultimate. At least they held on to Nana, or Nana was held on to for them because they killed Scorpion, but still in a very decent position to win this one. We are on stage 3 of our first map. Winner of this stage will take an early lead in the series.
So you already have Dragon kind of floating around on the edges here. Steven decides to commit the barrage, looking for a target, not gonna find it. Shinoda picks him out of the sky immediately. Dragon right now really pouring the pressure onto Scorpion though, and Scorpion has committed his nano in. So we have that running. It has been used. Diva Bomb not going to find anything on the high ground here. And in the meantime, all the kills are going the Swiss way. So
Both supports down for Austria. It's going to be very difficult. They keep their own Mercy alive. So slippery on the escape. They're going to need a lot of big kills from Dragon and Wat7. Wat7's very low. He needs to play this conservatively to get his primal. Not going to happen, though. A clip to the face. Switzerland swings it back. Austria just looks to touchdown.
yeah, they have to get in here, but they're getting forced through that choke point. Not last place you want to go when rockets are flying through the sky. You're just going to eat one of those. And point blank, Shinoda just goes hunting for Eclipse. Going to get the follow-up here as well. So sure, you've got the Doomfist, but you're just trickling in now if you're Austria, and it's looking so good here for Switzerland. We will have the delaying tactics coming in here from Wat7, trying to stay alive, but the focus fire is too good. Steven trying to sprint his way onto the point, but it will not be enough. Switzerland started off strong once again, Hex, and pick up the first map in the series.
Look very good on control. Shinoda hits so many direct rockets there. He's ending stat line is 38 eliminations, 23 final blows, a hard carry on the DPS. But low-key, Kiba contributed a lot to that. We haven't been able to call his name on the Diva very much, but 23% of his team's total damage there. So he's chipping in, he's following it up as well, because you always talk about Pharah needs follow-up. You're gonna hit rockets, but rockets generally aren't gonna one-shot people, so your Tracer on the ground has to follow up, but Diva is also an exceptional follow-up because she gets out of those situations and she's got the mobility to go to the target you just hit with a rocket.
That's where communications, we can speak to this, Hex. That's, where communication is key. I hear somebody's low, I'm just diving in there. Maybe throw a bomb in too, but then just dive, just get in there.
Well, it's actually exceptional for the Switzerland team too, because they don't all speak the same language. Several of them speak French, some of them speak German, so the comms are in English right now too. So the communication being there is actually pretty remarkable.
No, they're on point. They're on point right now. I know it was fun to walk into makeup yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I can speak French in here. This is great. Hi guys, and they all look shocked, like, wait, what? Yeah, a little surprise there.
No, you don't look like you're very smart that you would know a couple languages.
It's true. With this accent.
No, I mean, like, the glasses are trying, and I get what you're trying to do, but like.
Hey, dude, it's all about that first impression. After that, just run it. All right, we've got King's Row. It is going to be hybrid, and we've got an explainer to show you.
This is hybrid. Two teams face off as either defenders or attackers. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to first capture a payload and then escort it along a set path containing 2 checkpoints. To capture the payload, the attackers need to stand within its range for a set amount of time. Defenders can delay capture progress by also standing in range. The attackers must work together to clear away the defenders. If successful, they score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. The payload only moves forward when an attacker stands near it. Defenders can delay the payload's movement by standing nearby. To get moving again, the attackers must clear away the defenders by force. If even one attacker is capturing the objective or on the payload when the time runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until the attackers are either cleared away or they gain more time by reaching a checkpoint. Every time the payload reaches a checkpoint, the attackers score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. The round ends when the payload reaches the destination or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farthest wins.
So there you have it, hybrid mode explained. We will have a point capture, and then they have to push that payload home to victory, 3 points possible, and we're right into the action, Hex. So Switzerland on the offense is the away team, Austria on the defense.
Well, Switzerland is running that famed triple-triple. They eat a mine right away and right up into the sky. Pull! And Mr. Dragon hits the headshot he has to. Not a headshot necessarily, but it doesn't matter. You take that mine damage.
Look at that. Look at his ult percentage now on Steven.
Yeah.
1 mine, 45%.
He hit everybody.
That's all right.
They just moseyed on into it. All right, so there is a Mei on the offense here for Switzerland. It's a little bit interesting to see how they want to edit the map. Mei is with her wall is pretty much a moving map editor.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Affords plenty of opportunities for some creativity here on Lux's part, and so he's going to be waiting for somebody to commit, trying to, get that wall off. There is a Widow in play. He just realized that, but with that ice block, going to be able to survive it. But his teammate, not the same. What is this? Mr. Dragon right now going off.
got Remix early on, they knocked Lux into the air, and once a target is in the air, it's so predictable their movement is going to be, and someone look at him. I mean, just look at him and maybe scare him, but this has been absolutely untouched. This is the only way that I ever hit 20% of my shots on Widow. No one look at me, I'm invisible, just let me play my own individual game.
La la la, 14% critical accuracy, 60% accuracy right now for Mr. Dragon. Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right, looking good.
Defense looking strong right now. You really want to pay attention to the positioning of the Ana as well. She's able to heal from long range, stay out of that. She's also got the nano boost ready.
Oh, there we go. Now Kiva's going to go ahead and put some pressure here on
Someone
Mr. Dragon, and there it is. Perfect. No Widow here to make the difference in this next fight, although Watts has been boosted up. So with that, he's going to be able to even just feed that right into a primal if he wants, exactly to keep delaying things. Steven with the double tire. Shinoda and Mimi blown to bits.
Get a little bit of progress on the point though. They sneak it in, so they've got some permanent progress at 33%. You refer to it as a tick. 3 ticks would be 100% there. But Austria's still looking strong. And Watt 7 with the stomp landing got that first kill onto the supports.
Man, that was perfect. And now they're going to be able to run out now that Emphasite is worn off. Austria no longer able to see through the walls. Mr. Dragon already going to be hitting that shot though. As soon as that shield goes down, that was perfect.
Go, 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 go. No, back, 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 back.
And now we get to wait.
Just a little glimpse over the shield. Luke's had switched onto the McCree. Now he's going to decide to try to take this Widow battle. You're going against a Widow that is very clearly warmed up already in Mr. Dragon.
But we saw some big plays from Luke yesterday on the Widow, so we'll see if he's up to the task here. His team go charging straight onto the point. Kiva has been naded, but he will survive, and we will have the rally used by Shinoda here, trying to keep his teammates in this fight on this point. Since Sonics will wear down those shields, though, and right now it is very much a tit-for-tat kind of battle.
The armor is there, but it matters not. Scorpion gets pushed down. They're doing their best to deal with him. They finally got Mr. Dragon down. Now you have to be watching the kill feed. Are they going to be able to resurrect him? Because last time they rezzed him, they're going to bring back Steven instead and try to clean up this point with the Junkrat.
Wow, Sound Barrier getting thrown into this as well. They really want to commit Switzerland and win this fight. Finding Sensonics is going to help. No Diva, no D-Matrix. Kiva has got that self-destruct as well. Can use that to clear out the point. But we will have yet another tire thrown right in. And wow, he's really going for a loop! Double! Remix and Scorpion dead.
That was a gamble, but he absolutely capitalized on it because he gave up a 100% Lucio kill. Rolled right by him. Lucio started going around the tower with the tire, led him right to the other support, and both go down. Last gasp here for Switzerland. They're going to switch again, now on a Pharah. As Mr. Dragon is off of the Widow, he came back on a Doomfist to get back onto the point, so now the Pharah could get some work done.
Shades of yesterday right now for Switzerland. We're going to get into desperation times. Can they crack it? And in the last moment, Mr. Dragonlaw finding the kill on Looks to kick things off. The Widow out of the fight. And the follow-up. Punch to the face. Scorpion take a dirt nap.
Well, it seems that Austria got the memo that Winston's pretty good, as is Doomfist, though this one is still back and forth. With Remix falling, Mimi second. Seems like this one is already written. Here's that Austria's going to be able to hold King's Row first.
Yeah, super solid work here from Austria. Even the knockback there from Watt 7, making sure that nobody can touch the point to keep hopes alive here for Switzerland. So 2 ticks and some change here for Switzerland. And they're just going to have to do better on defense.
Yeah, it seems like they're very comfortable on control, but a lot of switches there, maybe too many. It seemed like every time that they lost one of their DPS players, they switched to something else to try to deal with it. And at some point, you got to just devote more resources into shutting down Dragon.
I'm just like, exactly, but Dragon, man, he was having a ball. Yep, there he is on your screen with the Widow to kick things off, and then going for the fist. Puckett approves.
Yeah, Puckett does approve. They finally designed a hero that rewards overextending, so Chris Puckett's a good player now. Mr. Dragon, LOL, 13 limbs, 10 final blows. He's doing it pretty much on his own there. But also, we highlighted Ana coming into this. Ana with 9 eliminations, she's chipping in. The big thing I'm going to look at Eclipse is Ana, 0 deaths.
Yes, that is a big deal. But also, you got Minnie, who's on that Mercy. It seemed like they were kind of sticking together, doing a good job of keeping on it. Right now, Switzerland is a focus fire. You know, you're getting in there, okay, try and get the back line. Oh, wait, hold on, we're getting wrecked by the Widow. Now we have to try and put some focus on that Widow, and it's always just switching it up, not quite coming together for them. So we'll see what they just elect to run here on defense. It's looking like a bit of a standard approach, although we will get the Ana.
I would have liked
More
to see
Ana.
the offense stay on the triple-triple. I think that first mine really threw them off, where they walk in and so many people take so much damage, and then they lose to the Widowmaker, and it just shook their confidence in the entire composition. You have to just be like, oh, that was weird. We shouldn't have done that. But you still go with it. It only really cost you 20 seconds. I think they never really committed to that tank-heavy composition, which they said they're most comfortable on, and then they started changing, and they changed, and they never really got their ult economy to a point where they could snowball over.
So now countdown is about to tick down. We're going to see what Austria have in store for us here. Eclipse on the far eye. I certainly hope that he stays on it because I love watching Farah on King's Row. Not going to happen though. We will be going for the big beef, although there is a Mei variation going on here.
Offense only needs 33%. Well, never mind. I think, what is it, 81%? 82% progress on the first points, and they will take this map.
Yeah, this is going to put the pressure on here. Switzerland, they have to answer that. I do like the touch there by Kiva, just taking a little bit, trying to delay it. One tick picked up now for Austria. At some point, Switzerland are going to have something to say about this. What a wall blocks off the Orisa, not allowing Orisa to get down to set a shield up. Could make things a little bit dicey here for Switzerland. They've nearly got it. Austria now, if they win this fight, Switzerland are going to get rolled.
Yeah, the wall keeping out the White Walkers and Switzerland at the exact same time, and Austria takes King's Row with ease.
Wow, what a play and what a Mei wall at the end. Oh yeah, now is the time when you're going to want to start to come down here? I don't think so. I think you're just going to stay up on that balcony and we're going to just get this point on lock.
They cut them off, and then there was the rotation. They had a Widow and a Zen on the top left, and then they just walled them off too, so completely bifurcated this team with the wall. That's why Mei is great. Just edit the map to your will.
At will, exactly. So there we have it. Striking back, a little bit of a replay though, X. I mean, of what we saw from Switzerland, right, where they look good on control, they seem to get a good start in a series, and then that second map rolls around, and they still have quite a bit of work to do on these hybrid escort maps, it seems.
Yeah, oddly enough, they told us that the longer it goes on, the worse we end up playing. So they need that. We're gonna have a little bit of a break here, maybe regroup here at halftime. But they look so good on control. It was very close. Not very good on King's Row. We'll see how the rest of it goes on for Switzerland. But we do have an interview to send to you on the floor.
Thank you so much, Hex. I'm right here with Mimi7. You saw him on main tank. Make some noise here from our Team Swiss. The Swiss man, Team Switzerland. Mimi7, you guys came into this with just the expectation and the goal of win one map. Don't go 0-20. You got that first map win on Nepal yesterday, and you open up with another control win against our other team up here, Austria. What is going on with your squad? Why are you so strong in control at this moment?
Well, I think control maps we practice the most, and I think it really pays off. And we try to win every control map from here on.
And yesterday we saw some substitutions. You and Helv have been swapping spots. What do you feel is your strength when we watch you on the stage?
Well, I think my Reinhardt play, because it's my main, obviously. And yeah, but I think it's good to have two main tanks, because in our team the main tank calls a lot, and it's always good to have a fresh mind in the breaks.
And for anyone that wants to get to your level and play in the World Cup in the future, what do you think is the secret to success as the main tank on your team?
Well, it's practice, 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 and stay motivated, basically.
Is Switzerland going to get a win here in the second half? Are you guys walking away as victors of this first day?
Definitely 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. It's coming. There you have it, guys. Give it up. This is Mimi7. We'll see if they can close it out in the second half. The Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. And by Omen by HP, the official PC of the Overwatch World Cup.
Can we go? I'm starving.
Yeah, almost. Just need to adjust a few more things.
Are you serious?
As serious as safety. So yeah, very serious.
Right.
You good?
Yeah, very good. And ready to get some food.
Almost got it all just right. 10 and 2. Well, now I gotta start all over again.
Oh, come on!
Stay one step ahead in the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
everybody from the break, tied up 1-1, but I like it. I like that we were getting just a little bit of the shade there at the end. Taking it 3-1, Hex.
Yeah, well, you got to be confident. I'm actually a little bit surprised by it because they didn't seem all that confident in the meetings. You know, when your main goal is to not, I believe, quote, not get stomped. It seems like, you know, winning a couple of these control maps has really put the life in them.
Yeah, no, nobody wants to be the Dragons.
Dude. I'm glad that was really quiet because maybe no one heard. Maybe no one heard.
Exactly. That's what everybody's thinking. That's going to be the thing, though. Are they going to be able to turn it back around? Because now we got a little bit more of a potential chaos sort of situation on an assault map.
Yeah.
Maybe Switzerland will be able to pull something out there.
Yeah, I don't know, because they did so well in Control, which is very brawly and whatnot, but you think like Hybrid is kind of just like Control and then Escort. Assault map, you could kind of parse it out as like two different small stages of Control, I suppose, but to everyone who is unfamiliar, let's explain the Assault map format.
This is Assault. Two teams face off as either defenders or attackers. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to capture two objectives. First A, and then B. To capture an objective, the attackers need to stand within its range for a set amount of time. Defenders can delay capture progress by also standing in range. To resume capture, the attackers must force the defenders off the objective by any means necessary. If successful, they score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. Now the fight moves to objective B. If even one attacker is on an objective when the clock runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until either team is cleared away. The round ends when the attackers capture both objectives or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points wins.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Straight into the action here. We're going to be on the moon, Hex, on the moon.
Looking back at that pale blue dot.
Just floating there. I don't know if the Earth looks that big from the moon, though.
Yeah,
Maybe the
well,
moon got closer.
the only thing I know for certain is that it's definitely flat.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, look at it. Just look at it.
It's just 2D.
Yeah, exactly. 2 dimensions. Now, if I'm Switzerland here, I figure out a way to deal with a Widowmaker. Because this is a Widowmaker map, and Mr.
Yes.
Dragon made them look foolish on King's Row.
He did indeed. And he was just laughing the whole time, too.
Well, I mean, it is Mr. Dragon, lol.
Exactly. Just loving it.
Yeah, LOL, of course, stands for lots of love.
Wait, I'm so distracted by this Lucio emote because it's like if your levels are going all over the place, that's gotta sound like crap.
Hey, you know,
Just thinking.
we didn't quite get the Vestex sponsorship for the mixer there, so he's just kind of messing. It's like a modern DJ, right? They hit their playlist on the MacBook, and then they just do a little bit of choreography.
Yeah, and then you figure out, oh wait, hold on, none of this was plugged in, and yet he's doing a real good job.
There's a couple great videos of guys really messing around with equipment that is clearly not plugged in. Another enormous mine over the top. Dragon misses the early shots, but Remix is down, as is Shinoda. Shinoda came out of spawn on the Symmetra, so obviously trying to get some cute teleporter play in. But because of that mine, because of the early kills, we're not going to see it. Makes me kind of mad. Shinoda's going to switch over to the Genji.
What we're going to see is a tire, and even faster tire, 82%. He was at like 75% off of that start. That's fast. Steven?
Look, the bear trap is hard to see in the ground. I get that, but the concussion mines just sit on top right there. And Amy Zevin jumps in, takes a shot from both snipers, will end up going down as well.
There it is, the shot from Mr. Dragon. Lots of assists on that one. It's a team game, Hex, yeah?
Yeah. This has to be Shinoda trying to step up on the Genji to maybe get in there, but it's such a long distance that I think you almost have to put Luke's onto a Widowmaker just to try to put some pressure on it. But with this high ground defense, you're going to have an Orisa shield up top that the Widow can always go to if she wants. There's a lot of architecture she can hide behind. And look, they're both just looking for snipes. Hits an entry shot.
There you go. A little bit of, not a whole lot of ult percentage. And Shinoda, he's already gone down. Steven's found that first kill. But Eclipse, right now, his team just isn't taking much damage, so it's going to take forever for them to actually get those ults online. That nade certainly helps, though, and so 65% here on the boost.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding for Shinoda so far. 3 deaths on his team. He's died every time they've tried to go in. No one can hear you scream in space. Lucky for Semler. He does not like that D.Va scream very much.
Yeah, sadly. Sadly, I can't hear. No, you're wrong, thanks, actually, because I enjoy it.
Yeah, you do enjoy it, but sadly you can't hear them scream in space.
Exactly. You know, things come bursting out of people's chests, and it all gets very messy. So, as far as you get the reference.
No, I'm aware. There's no Ellen Ripley on this space station, unless she's hiding in the grates with Newt. All right, so this has been a failed attempt on offense several times over. Let's see if they find any answers. They finally put Luke's onto the Widowmaker, but that is just going to prompt Mr. Dragon to hide behind the shield. Luke's goes for a giant grapple shot, unable to find the angle over there. Still no kills for the side of Switzerland.
So, let's see, we are going to have a bit of a presence on the point here. Switzerland trying to at least pull the defense apart, trying to spread them out so that maybe they can find a pick. And a boosted Winston. This is looking good. There we go. Mimi finding a high-value target. Mini is out of the fight, but they got to stop these guys from finding all the kills. Austria like, yeah, you kill our Mercy? Well, we don't need heals if none of you are alive.
Shinoda can't buy a break right now. He's up over there. Steven drops the tire right next to himself and takes down the Genji yet again. So Switzerland is going to have to go back to the drawing board. Yet we are under 1 minute on the Switzerland attack.
We have, they
don't have anything to
brutal.
It's going to be tank ultimates. You got to get your tank ultimate. Shinoda's been dead so often. He hasn't had a blade out yet, but could be able to get there in the fight. But he's died so early in these fights. You see, the instant that shield goes down, starts the deflect. He's like, I'm not having it. But unfortunately, Remix and Lux need the wrong end of that barrel.
Just running in is not the answer here, boys. It's not working. There it is. Finally, a little bit of pressure. Shinoda, his time to shine. And they will find the kill in the end. As far as progress on this point is concerned, it's pretty slim. They need to just find these picks now. There's Shinoda finally with the blade, looking for the hack and slash. Not quite getting the kill. It took him a long time, but he will eventually force it, and it's looking like Switzerland at the very end will succeed.
At the very end, the tanks came through with the damage that they had to throughput, even though they lost their Mercy early on. Mercy's very mobile if people come back and bring her into the fray. And Shinoda with a bit of a redemption tour there. It was very close to getting knocked out by that Widow. He had deflect on cooldown, so he's not taking any damage and able to secure that kill. Dash reset it on the point, get the blade out, and get some value finally. 350 on the clock now.
They finally got some damage on the board. That's the big thing there for Switzerland. They were lagging behind. Everybody like sub 1,000 damage dealt. It's like, okay, you're not even really getting in there. But one good push, that's all they needed, despite the really strong start from Mr. Dragon Ball. And now it seems like they're trying to make up their minds which way they want to go, and it's going to be the high ground here.
Let's be about spotting these low targets there. That's, of course, what you're going to see. A beautiful sleep dart by Eclipse. Going to put him to the ground, and now Eclipse takes out his counterpart. Mimi wakes up from that nap into another waking nightmare.
Oh, man, I am loving this off. And a play. Let's go. Maybe pins him to the wall,
Doesn't matter. Luke's has gone off, as has Mimi. Gotten 2 kills on the Primal. They have turned a terrible situation into some progress on the point.
Some real progress. Look at this. 1 tick picked up. Now they have to kind of take their time here, Austria. You don't want to go streaming in one after another. Get together as a group. You got the Brigida in play now as well, so those stuns will be something that they have to worry about until Lux blows up Steven. And now we've got a real fight on our hands here. Switzerland, there's a chance.
Well, you had the right idea to group up. They'd already given up 2 ticks. You weren't going to prevent that, so why not let it go to about 90% and get all 6 in there? They seem like to rush in with 4, but it's not going to matter. Shinoda and Mimi have come alive. Mimi has been a hard carry on this Winston on final point.
Oh my man, Watts is getting melted though. So much pressure, such good focus. Fire coming in from Switzerland, and now they've nearly got it. Last chance here as Mr. Dragon Ball dashes back onto the point, trying to keep it alive. 1 man left here, and it's going to be Sensotics, which is decent with that baby D.Va. A little bit more time bought, but this is going to be cutting it pretty close, and it's not going to be fast enough. Switzerland, after a very rocky start, succeed in picking up both points, and with time left in the bank.
Now, Shinoda was the star of that first point who had a redemption tour, but it was Luke's who came alive with his Winston here, and this is what happens with a Tracer, is that we didn't say Luke's name at all early on. He was on the Widow to try to deal with some stuff. But Tracer's good at cleaning up the mess. You want to do a little bit of damage, I got a clip, I got a blink, I got a clip, I got a blink. She's everywhere at once and just leaves a smoke trail behind her and a trail of eliminations. A nice play by Luke's there to close it out. And what a turnaround. That looked awful. They had nothing going for them until under a minute on first point. We're able to gut that one out. And on their first push on second point of Lunar Colony, able to take that as well.
That's a big deal. 2 minutes 16 in the bank here for Switzerland. So now it's a matter of them holding the line here, as Austria are going to be the ones on the offense. Swiss I mean, they're looking like a little bit more confident. That's good. You need to have some chuckles here on your side. Otherwise, if it gets too grim, it's going to be too difficult. 50 seconds.
We'll see what the defense wants to roll out here for this Swiss team here. Looks like they want to run the exact same defense. There is a kind of a standard meta that happens on Horizon Lunar Colony. Of course, you want shields up top, so you get Marissa. You want some long-range damage, so you get yourself Widowmaker. And you want to be able to deny rotations. That's why you have the Junkrat on the top left there. He's just going to, throw it down in the entry hallway. Then if you see they're going stairs, that is just, why not just lob grenades down there? You're going to get all sorts of free damage. It's also a very good map for tires. There's a lot of strange architecture you can use. So a very standard defense. Offensively, looks like they want to throw in a lot of tanks.
The big beef. That's what's going to happen here. Look at it. Look at those HP.
I know, just the way you say it makes me uncomfortable.
Where's the beef? That is a reference that nobody on Earth knows.
Yes.
That is an old WoW reference.
Yes, the octogenarians will understand that reference. It's not even a WoW reference. It's a commercial from the 80s.
Stop it.
Come on.
All right, let's go. Going to be Luke's opening up the angles. They are moving their way together. Of course, this is exactly the game plan here for Austria when you're running this kind of strategy. Just everybody group, stick together, and just crank out the heals with the Eclipse on Moira.
4 tanks, 2 supports. The damage is going to have to come from the frontline tanks. That's a huge fire strike hit, and you're also going to have a Roadhog in there to try to be your quasi-DPS.
Exactly. Nice halt. Oh, not going to get it, though. The bubble there to negate the damage from the nades. Shinoda getting yanked into his demise. Sensatics will melt them down. There's still a D.Va, Baby D.Va alive, but not for long. Okay, there's trickling in now at this point, but Switzerland, the defense has been broken, and Austria are going to get a very quick time on the first pull.
Just not enough damage to be able to deal with that HP pool that Austria was presenting them. It's just so much healing done by the Moira. Her ult charge is fast, but already going to have Coalescence. They should just rush this right now, and they're going to do that. Tire's got to be big.
Yeah, this has got to be a monster tire. They're going to stick together, but the focus fire has
low.
to be good.
It's
It's
getting
getting
low.
low, and it's not going to happen. Excellent work there from Sensatics. Now we get the hook in. If you can get the D-Mech, that is big as well. Kiba going to be quickly out of this fight. There's a real chance to just roll this point, and Austria are looking fantastic right now. 6.5 minutes to get the job done.
Ooh, the hook dodged by this Hammond, but only for a moment. The squeak of terror as he will fall.
That was a high-pitched squeak, you're right. Nearly got it, and nobody from the Swiss can get back on that point to contest. A flawless run here from Team Austria.
About as good as you can hope for right there. Take first point as quickly as possible, take second point as quickly as possible. No presentation of defense from the Swiss team. And with both teams completing, let's go again. See what the other side has to hold. And now both teams know what the other team's running strategy-wise. And I just wonder what kind of offense we're going to end up seeing from the Swiss team, because that first offense was absolutely stifled.
It was brutal. Can they run the big beef? That's going to be the question.
All right, so a 4-minute difference between these teams, because both teams were able to pretty much ace their first push on second point. Once you capture first point, they add 4 minutes to your clock. That's why you see the difference between the time banks there. Defensively, from this Austrian team, does seem like they're going to run the exact same composition, and why wouldn't you? It worked most of the time until it didn't.
Until it didn't.
Yeah, it's expert analysis. How dare you?
That's how it goes. You're right. You're right. When something isn't working, it's something. It's expert analysis as well. So fantastic, because right now it's looking like we're going to get a bit of a rinse and repeat here. Switzerland are going to go ahead and attempt the strategy that they saw from Austria that was so effective.
Yeah.
Austria just going back to what nearly got the lockdown.
Yeah, Switzerland's like, hey, that looked good.
Yeah.
That looked hard to deal with.
Can we
That
do
was
that?
hard to deal with.
Can we do that too?
Yeah, also Switzerland said when something's not working, they just add more tanks. So this makes a world of sense right now. You're gonna have 4 tanks, 2 supports, the AoE healing. Everyone's gonna be clumped together, so Steven should be able to feast. He should be a priority target for them.
You should just be chucking exactly damage in. Melt that Rhine shield, get it out of the fight. Straight wrap all the way around. Nearly gets the nade, but the D-Matrix cancels it. That one, the second one got through though. And Dragon should be able to find some low HP targets to take advantage of until he gets hooked in. Perfectly done there. Maybe he gets the kill, but that was a setup from Luke's.
That D-Matrix doesn't get the first mine, we might be talking about a completely different play, because the second one would have been getting everyone very low and make it a lot easier for Dragon to hit shots without having to put himself in a compromising position. He's going to come back on the Doomfist instead. This tire's got to be big. It gets his support.
Gets a support, but not before Scorpion gets a demech on Sensotics. A lot of pressure now on Watt 7, who has been nano boosted just to make him a bit tougher, harder to kill. He's surviving so far. Fresh barrier goes down, and he is still cranking out the deeps. Mimi now getting focused, shot in the back. Sound barrier in the end thrown in. They want to commit to this Switzerland. They know that they've got him on the edge, but with both, well, one healer, at least Eclipse just pumping healing into Watts.
Watt's going to fortify, but against a 5-man front, it's not going to be worthwhile there. They will eventually clean up Eclipse, who just wants to reset there. Scorpion is going to be the beneficiary of that ultimate charge. Switzerland looks to pounce immediately.
They're looking to roll with 3 ults on board. You've got that grab as well, and the Shatter, 2 big game-changing ultimates that they can throw in here to really crash through this defense. There it is, the grab. Single target picked up on it. Sensotics, who was already pretty much dead, so let's see if the Shatter gets any better. That's gonna catch a hamster, and he's gonna take that hamster for a ride.
Not very fun in that ball when he gets slammed on the ground and pushed into the wall, and even though they've tried to transition into the Spire of Mercy, it just leaves the targets on the ground that much more vulnerable to the focus fire. This Mercy has to live right now. Dragon's gonna get a kill. Oftentimes on defense on Assault, you only need one to start pulling it back.
Exactly right. Such a long distance to cover, but Switzerland finding kills of their own right now. They may be able to turn this. Watt 7, he's gone for the hamster now, just kind of going for the shots, just staying alive as best he can. Hard target to lock down, especially when he can knock you in the air. But
bought so much time.
Oh, where's that default gonna go? All right, it actually goes for it. All right, this is working out here. Shinoda now nearly up to another grab. That's how long this fight has gone, how long he's survived. And with the sound barrier down and the Diva Bomb managing to pick off Mr. Dragon.
The Reaper switch comes in. Steven's able to avoid that self-destruct, and now here's another Graviton. There's a couple kills from the defense here, though. Maybe they can swing it back. We're in overtime.
So close, and it is gonna roll over. Switzerland finds success with the Big B Goats strategy.
Goats is generally more referred to as 3 supports and 3 tanks. That one, they just keep adding more tanks and more tanks in there. That was you know, I guess closer to what we used to call the Slambulance, maybe. You know, you get the Lucio speed boost, and you get as much power in there as humanly possible.
That's right,
Look, it gets confusing.
Yeah. And then you get it. You're all right. It's just more tanks. Give me some deeps. Give me some DPS.
Yeah, well, I mean, Roadhog is a DPS. He used to be a much better DPS. He was a DPS in a tank body. Now he still puts out the damage, but with those hooks in, if you don't kill the hook target, then your team is just asleep at the wheel right there. So
you're not getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, getting some nice hooks there early on from both these teams, and that's some nice adaptation there from the Swiss team. Like, hey, that looked good. We're gonna do that.
And it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple as. And you highlighted the reason why yesterday, Hex. I mean, it's just you're afforded more mistakes.
Yep.
They
said
high HP pools.
That is the great quote from the Swiss team. More HP, more mistakes.
So, as far as Cutthroat is concerned, though, Austria, just go with the Torbjorn. Offensive Torbjorn, man. Come on. You get onto that point, throw that turret down. Molten Core.
Yeah, this is why we don't queue together.
Fair enough. Well, it's looking like we will not get the joy of a little dwarf running around hammering people in the shins with the hammer.
I like this adaptation, though, from Switzerland as well, to go to the Pharah. They know pretty much what Austria wants to run here. Pharah's going to have to be putting in the damage. I also like running it with a Zenyatta. You discord a target, and that's instantly your focus. Like I said, it makes everyone's focus that much easier, even subconsciously. You see the discord, you shoot at it.
They are getting slowed down a little bit here, but they will succeed in regrouping as a unit. Austria, and once again, straight onto the point. No time wasted. Attempted the hook, not going to find it, but looks has already got that tire online.
This is what happens when you have the giant tank composition. Yeah, you're sustaining through and everyone's eating damage, but everyone's eating damage from your Junkrat. A huge tire is going to lock down too, and without a Lucio in this mix, everyone's just waiting to die now.
Exactly. Steven is out of it. We will have Sensotics hanging on by a thread just a little while longer, but eventually gets punched in the face. And it will be a successful hold here for Switzerland, but they have a lot of work ahead of them here, Hex. 5.5 minutes for Austria.
It ends up only being about 5 pushes, though. But with a Lucio, you might be able to extend that a little further. You're going to be able to get in position faster. But you generally parse out about 1 minute per attempt because fights are going to take a little longer, especially with this really big tank line. It's not going to be often that you just completely wipe them. Rotating up the stairs again. I want to see where this barrage comes down, if it comes down, because a Roadhog can really ruin your day with Roadhog.
Exactly.
You gotta let him in.
I love the positioning. Exactly. Just let them in, and he's gonna drop on him like a ton of bricks. Boom! Right there, point blank, instant stun. And then it was too greedy, Hex. It was too greedy. But I like the play.
Yeah, you kind of want to see that Roadhog with his back turned towards you first, but at least he was trying to prioritize fire him. If he misses that hook, it's a whole different story. That was not the case there. Supercharger drop, but then eliminated immediately by Mr. Dragon.
I'm just amazed he survived.
So am I.
Survived the fight another day, and he's going to find some kills too. Let's go. Luke's with the tire. This time, Whole Hog is going to cancel it out immediately. Diva Bomb not going to find any kills, just buys a little bit on the positioning, but Austria right now looking good to pick up this first point.
And this one is just about over. Now it's all about the cleanup. They're going to have Grab going into this, and what do they have to combo with it? Well, they do have a self-destruct going forward as well, and you still have Earth Shatter. Now, Switzerland finished in overtime. Austria obviously going to try to finish much quicker here. They've got 4:30 on the clock.
Plenty to work with here.
You see the Hammond switch. This is why your pushes are always so good. Defense almost always switches compositions on second point assault, but offense gets to roll in with ults.
Well, you got Hammond trying to sow confusion here in the ranks. Watts has no idea which way to face with the shield. He'll only catch the one, but he is getting focused down on all sides. Grab has been used by Sensotix as well. We find the kill on Scorpion, but there are still 4 alive here for Switzerland, and it's looking good as far as the hold is concerned.
Well, at the very least, they're going to get 33% progress, which is going to stay permanent right now. Now, if they can burn down this bar, who is super low, they got to get the focus on it. But now, which target do you focus? They're both insanely hard to kill. The Mercy's done a great job on Switzerland of switching to both targets, but now the Mercy's gone.
That was a bold res, Hex. That was a bold res.
Ambitious.
The punish was definitely there. Solid work, but they are managing to bring this back, it looks like, with the trance. That's going to top everybody up for Switzerland. And now they have the advantage in terms of bodies as well. So Mini, you can already see backing off. He's just going to get that taxi service.
And here's the thing, 65% 0.6 is not 66% 0.6. So they're going to lose all of that permanent progress. They were so close to locking in 2/3 of the capture point. But now back to the drawing board here. Austria is going to switch up their composition. Because you know who else is good? Sombra. Sombra's very good, especially against a Hammond. Lock him down, can't use abilities, and it makes it a lot easier to kill that hero.
I'm sure that's going to be a part of the key strategy here. Steven Neff spots him high ground, getting eyes on the situation, a little bit of a hack. Yeah, on the Diva, good choice as well. Now that's just a 2-ton tin can sitting there, and it gets melted immediately.
Your alliteration is amazing. I'm in awe.
Had a bit of a good ring to it too.
That's
you know?
nice. That's
Kind of
very
flowed. Yeah, I like that one.
A couple kills here from Austria as they continue to come in. They're able to take down the tire and the tire's captain as still go in with this bar. The bar is going to be a problem, and with this kind of composition, you want it to get hacked, but back to the drawing board. They will take remix out late, but it's not going to matter. Time to go back to spawn. 2 minutes and some change left over. Now they got the second tick, though. They're piecing it together.
Yeah, I was just waiting there for Shinoda to go for the barrage. It's like, you know they're there. You know there's point blank. There's nothing really to stop you. Just do it. You're going to get the barrage up again when they try to push through these choke points. So I'm glad to see Shinoda just going for the plays. A little bit of an early spot here to kick things off.
The big ultimate you're going to look for coming in is going to be EMP. EMP into self-destruct is a great combination for this offense. You're going to have to see if it hits all the targets. They're going to boost the Hammond, and EMP comes out, but they've lost their Lucio. If they're going to commit to this, they're committing.
They're committing. They want to go for this fight, and they are not quite pulling ahead just yet. While 7 gets overwhelmed, but Sensotix will find Shinoda. So that pesky Pharah is out of the picture. Now just try and kill the Hammond, though, as he's knocking you up in the air. Brutal damage here from Mimi, making the difference.
It's going to be hard to capture the point, too. We talk about May's ultimate being an area denial ultimate on the point. Hammond's ultimate drops mines pretty much everywhere. When Hammond drops ultimate on his map, I swear mines appear in my computer room. You know, they're everywhere. They're hard to get rid of. They last a long time. A very good defensive ultimate to be able to lock down a point and see when he wants to drop that. And oftentimes you'll see a Hammond swing, especially here. Looks like a playground. This is actually where Hammond is from in the lore. So you swing up and you rain mines from the sky, and then people have no idea where they're coming from. He's already set up for it.
He spots them. They're all grouped up as well. So just a matter of time here. We're going to go with the Rip Tire first.
Lux is down. His tire's still alive, though.
Woo! There it is, point blank, and again gets the Lucio. Big kills, and now it's looking like maybe he wants to get into this fight. There's the knock, not quite gonna find the targets. Will be able to get that shield though, so it's gonna be so tough to punish him.
I think he wants to hold on to the ultimate too, considering they did get the Lucio, but you have to finish this fight before Lucio gets back. They are gonna rain the mines from this guy, carpet bombing.
Nice sleep as well there by Scorpion, just keeping them on their toes. Not quite getting the heals there, but he will go for the nano, and it's on the Hammond as well. So he's a fierce hamster.
This is
He's
last
gonna
fight.
do a lot of damage. 10 seconds left here on the clock for Austria. 2 ticks picked up, and it might not be enough. It's looking good here for the Swiss.
It's not going to be enough. The Swiss are going to take this third map 4-3 unless a miracle comes out. A nice sleep dart onto Watt puts him low from the get-go. Hammond's going to come in and clean it up easily.
Just dropping all the damage. Since Auto Explosion's down, Mr. Dragon Ball will get recalled out. So we will have this trickle here coming in, but it's just not going to be enough. Switzerland right now, as long as they keep their game together, they should just be exactly rocking house. Steven will find Shinoda, but that's pretty much going to be it because he's going to get run over and nobody's close enough to touch the point. Switzerland will find victory here on Lunar Colony, and they're pulling ahead 2-1.
Set themselves up with a serious win. And what I love about that win from Switzerland, too, is watching them look so absolutely lost on their first offense until they finally found something. Then it calmed them down. Then they adapted. Then they changed their style as the maps went on. Great adaptation throughout, and it seems like they're calm and happy, and they're on the verge of getting their second goal accomplished.
That's it, exactly. This would be the big rival match for them coming into it. They're like, if we can get one map, groovy, then we want to beat Austria.
Yeah, I just wonder what's next for them. Sweep Team USA. You know,
Go.
go on, go to.
Let's
just keep setting the bar higher.
That's right. You know, if the expectations keep growing, they're all attainable goals. It's all possible, Hex.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
No, in theory, it is very,
Improbable,
very possible.
highly improbable, but impossible? No. Looks like we'll have Rialto as our final map, and so let's go ahead and take a look at an Escort Explainer.
This is Escort. 2 teams face off as either defenders or attackers. This is the payload. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to escort the payload along a set path containing 3 checkpoints. The payload only moves forward when an attacker stands near it. Defenders can delay the payload's movement by standing nearby at the same time. To get moving again, attackers must clear away the defenders by force. Every time the payload reaches a checkpoint, the attackers score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. If even one attacker is near the payload when the clock runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until the attackers are either cleared off the payload or they gain more time by reaching a checkpoint. The round ends when the payload reaches the destination or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farthest wins.
So there you have it. Escort map. Push the payload. Push for the win. Done.
You ever been on one of these boats?
I have not been on one of these boats.
I have. At the what's the casino in Vegas that's supposed to be like.
You haven't
Italy?
been on one of these boats. Fair enough. Okay.
I've been on a version of one of these boats, you know.
Yeah, but it's about the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, it was funny because I got on the boats and I guess, you know, it's a safety policy, but they made us put on seatbelts. And I just could not stop laughing. Then I had to put on a seatbelt in 2 feet of water on this gondola inside a shopping center in Las Vegas.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now. I know exactly what you're talking about. Also, seatbelts on a boat, bad idea. You know, if
Yeah.
boat goes down,
Yeah.
you don't want.
I kind of want to be able to swim away.
I don't want anything
That'd be
holding me
nice.
to the boat. Please.
All right, let's get into Rialto here. The map of right angles. You're going to turn right, you're going to turn left, you're going to turn left, you're going to turn right, all around the bends. It's quickly becoming one of the players' favorite maps.
But it feels like you're allowed to really express yourself here. A lot of you could go head on with the defense and offense, or you can start setting up flanks, left, right, and center.
At
a lot
first,
of heroes possible here.
At first glance, the path of the cart seems very straightforward and very kind of choky, but this map is riddled with beautiful flanks. Nice rocket, nice follow-up there. Eclipse takes down Shinoda to start this one off.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Good communication there, and that is kind of what you want to be doing. But you have quite a bit of firepower as well because Mr. Dragon Ball will be on Widowmaker, so we've got that double, air quotes, double sniper.
An instant switch, though. As soon as they know that there's going to be a sniper on the map, they just go to tanks.
I like this for Nicholas as well. It's like, heal my team? Nah, I'm just going to shoot everybody in the face. That's fine, too, with a great nade. Eliminating the ability to heal for the offense.
Now, this is traditionally what you would refer to as GOATS comp, going back to the team that, somewhat invented it or popularized it at the very least. So I'll often refer to as triple-triple, 3 tanks, 3 supports on the ground. Brigitte, despite her damage output and sustainability and everything else, is a support hero. And a nice concussion's gonna knock them off. Back to spawn with Yi.
And now we have, again, wholesale changes. This is going to be a bit of an interesting situation now for Switzerland because I think that they need to kind of stick to this comp.
Yeah.
And try to start building some ultimates to work with here because if you keep changing it up, you're never going to get your ults.
Well, it reminds me of King's Row. And Rialto also reminds me of King's Row as a map. But Switzerland kept changing, and never got anything going, never took first point. And here's the thing about Rialto. First point, hardest point to take on the equal map.
Yeah, not a whole lot of time now. 2.5 minutes, nearly half of their bank used up here for Switzerland. And they're just getting pummeled, Tex.
Yeah, it's been pretty one-sided here. In fact, 100% one-sided. Switzerland yet to find a kill.
And wow, this is Mr. Dragon, yep. When they're out in the open like this, doesn't get any prettier or easier.
You know what I said? You run far until they prove they can stop it. They've proven they can stop it. So I guess they're going to switch yet again. This is another counter to maybe a Widowmaker here. Shinoda's going to go to Genji. Didn't have a great Genji life on Lunar Colony, but they're going to make some early trades here. It's a nice kill over the top. Kiba has been the silent killer, the silent glue holding this Swiss sandwich together. We don't put glue in sandwiches. I have mixed up my analogy.
That's fine. I mean, maybe you do.
Yeah, are you telling me that I look like someone who eats paste?
Yeah, they intentionally make it so that it's not going to kill you. That child's glue or whatever.
You're right. I'm only allowed non-toxic glue and safety scissors. You're right.
And you still run with them, heck. It pisses me off no end, but I still see running in the halls with those scissors.
Yeah, well, safety last.
Safety last, exactly.
Dragon continues to put on a display here, but now Luke's comes to life. They're going to need Luke's to counter Widow here. I really don't see any other way around it. The sight lines are too long to really send your Genji in alone. He can get in, but can he get out alive? And is that a trade you want to make? Right now, Austria still dominating. A nice late kill there. 1 minute remains for Switzerland's offense to get to the checkpoint.
They really have figured out how to get this lockdown going. Difficult for Switzerland to dive on that one target as well. We will have, once again, a little bit of a change coming through here from Lux. We will have that Tracer in play, so they really are going all out now. This is their last push, potentially 45 seconds for Switzerland. They have many ults online. Gonna keep an eye on Shinoda as well, because obviously the Dragon Blade can be the game changer.
Well, they're going to open it up with a Primal Rage getting burned on very quickly, so they're going to invest in the Sound Barrier. They know this is their last good push. They're into it. Shinoda does take down the main threat.
Oh, this could be a big follow-up. Not quite. It looks like maybe he actually picked up the kill, so Eclipse out of it. Now we can have a chance here for Switzerland to make some real progress. And perhaps similar to Lunar Colony, it's going to be at the very end where they get the job done.
That should be good enough because they were able to take down the supports on the other side. They still have a nano should they so need it. They shouldn't. There it is. There's the checkpoint. Let's add some time to that clock. 2.5 minutes.
Nice work. Nice recovery there from Switzerland. Bringing it back together. Austria could feel just a little bit disappointed. They were doing quite a good job, but it just wasn't enough.
Second becomes a much more difficult part of the map to hold for the defense too. Where do you really want to posture up? Are you going to try to hold right on the bridge where it's wide open and you're sitting in sight lines, or do you hold the top of the house and rotate around the corner? You don't necessarily always want to fight in the open, but I've seen a lot of different strategies on the outside.
Overwatch 7, just getting the primal. It's worn off. He's got to be careful now. He just got bionated. No heals possible on him, but he's really putting the pressure on the back line.
Can't find that Lucio.
Because he's already dead. No, never mind. He's not that. He's still hopping around.
Nope, he's got the best.
Oh my God.
This is...
There we go.
Took a little bit too long right there. And now the rest of the team is coming back for him. He's able to get some more progress in the cart. That's one of those small plays that's never going to show up in a scoreboard. And if we didn't have the camera there, no one would have noticed. But the delay from the Lucio, I just really like Lucio as a hero because I think at some point we're going to be able to wear rollerblades in public again.
No, I'm sorry. It's never going to happen.
It's such an effective means of transport.
No, because then what? You got to carry your shoes with you, and then what do you do with the rollerblades after that? No.
Yeah, well.
Just no. Unless you're in a hockey rink, I'm not interested.
All right. A man can dream. Luke's able to get to the back line and Mini-Me down and out of it. Shinoda doesn't find much with the blade. We'll call it a zoning blade for there, but the big targets, Dragon and Mini-Me, out of this fight. Luke's has a bomb too. He sticks it.
Beautiful work. Finds a kill on Eclipse with it, but they were all grouped up. We will have a D-bomb going off right now. Boom, nothing. But that is going to give Lukes the opportunity to shut Sensonics out of this fight. And right now, Switzerland are keeping together. They're doing a fantastic job.
Looks like they're going to get to second here with a Nano ready to go. And Lukes has been very good on this, and this kind of full dive transition here with the Ana. We've just seen Ana be so useful, so vibrant. If you can keep your Ana alive, that's what Lucio is really good at. Lucio-Ana compositions are good because Ana doesn't have much self-defense. You miss that dart, you should die. But Lucio can knock everyone around while Ana's healing him, and then if she misses his heal, she accidentally hits the guy trying to kill him. So it all works really well in concert to be able to heal for each other, keep each other alive.
Oh, there we go. Shield was able to block him. That was unfortunate, yeah, because that would have been big. Just gonna go rolling right on through, and with Sound Barrier used, Switzerland looking to push the advantage here. Nano used on the Hammond as well. The Focus Fire is good. Somehow the heal's keeping up, keeping Watt7 in this fight. And now maybe just gonna force them, rocking a hard place here. They're getting a bit split up.
The swing his way out, might not be able to get out, but it's Hammond, so I wouldn't put anything past it. It's a very hard hero to kill, hard hero to lock down. Austria's defense will finally stabilize here. Switzerland has gone over to a Pharah Mercy. The Pharah came first, Mercy's gonna come out second. Let's see what they have going here. This could be a decent area to try to throw in a self-destruct over top just to gain entry for your ground forces. Your air forces don't really need it, but it's often the way that you just toss in a dragon just because you need to get in. It's the best way to do so.
Oh, excellent work. Eclipse finding that kill in Remix. That is a big deal. No mercy in play here for Switzerland is definitely going to slow things down. Shinoda's already got a barrage online, though. That's bonkers. Might not be enough, though, because Austria right now just holding at the point, and it is going to have to be a reset, and this will, once again, be the final push. But it always seems like Switzerland, they get their backs to the wall, they're out of time, and that's when they get into overdrive.
Yeah, we'll see who they want to nano here. I actually would not hate a nanoed Pharah here, because it might help her live through a barrage.
Nano Hammond as well, he's going to have the minefield up pretty much for this next fight.
I mean, this one's all about ult efficiency right now. Austria's already armored up, though.
There it is the Nano. On the Hammond, we got the Dragon clearing the point. There's the big play. Shinoa just melting him.
How did Senso live through that? There must have been a Sound Barrier came in. Yeah, Sound Barrier came down and able to keep that Zarya alive. Zarya alive for that Graviton. Got a duck behind. Oh, the sightline below the cart kills Shinoda.
The angle on it, that is brutal, and it will be Austria holding in the end. Switzerland not able to find success.
Yeah.
With the final point.
You know what, I complimented Lukes earlier and said, like, just when he's not feeling a hero, he gets off of it. I like it. He goes to heroes that are more effective, or at least he's more comfortable on. Shinoda seems to really want to play Pharah. And they've proven no matter if they have a Widow or if they have an Ana, that they're putting damage into your Pharah. It hasn't been the most effective. His Pharah v Pharah was very good, but running Pharah against snipers has just completely shut him down several times, and he keeps going to the well with it. He's yet to really find his footing on a hero so far. His Genji hasn't been great. It's had flashes here. Sure. So if he can find a hero to turn it on, I think they could absolutely turn around Rialto on the defense here.
It's
a good push.
But you can also just play that defensive Pharah first point.
Yeah.
Float around the buildings. I don't think that he's going to go for the change, though.
But do you want to play it against Eclipse and Mr. Dragon, who have shut you down consistently?
Yeah.
See, I think he goes into the Pharah there at the last time because he's like, okay, good. We got rid of the Widow. We've done enough about Mr. Dragon. But Eclipse has been focusing him pretty hard because the other heals have been very solid on that team. He doesn't necessarily have to only focus on healing.
True.
And Ana builds alt charge with doing damage, so then they have nano boost up. I don't know. I mean, a defensive Pharah in theory can work. It's just that they've shut down Pharah. And how deep is your pool? Because the Genji is not as effective as well. Maybe Genji will be better on defense. I don't know. It's just something I want to look at going forward with the hero pool that Switzerland has.
We'll take a look at what we got now, Hex. And do you agree with this sort of defensive setup?
Yeah, sure.
Just go for
more HP, more HP, more room for mistakes.
Sirens. Somebody called the Slambulance.
Well, this is also good too because they're going to probably play flank. And why Roadhog can be good here is there's a lot of environmental kills. So apparently people are not very good swimmers in the Overwatch universe. You pull them in water and they're dead. So you can also boot them off with a Lucio. Brian can, you know, there's all sorts of knockoffs here. They're going to play super aggro. Let's hold the front door.
Oh, wow. Right up. No holds barred. Straight into the mix. Remix. Gotta be over here, keep that AoE healing going down for his team, make sure that they're all topped up. But they've just taken up shops, so they've traded places almost. Yeah. It's only Lux who's out in the open.
They're trying to make them fight for every inch here.
And then you've just got Watts. And it's like, right, you guys are going to be over there. That's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and push this payload.
This might be some good scouting, too, because generally this far hold at the very first time before you've even won a fight is to prevent a Bastion. You see this on Junkertown as well, so it prevents the Bastion from getting set up. Now, you've seen Team USA do this. Once they win a fight, they just hang out at the door because Team USA is channeling their inner, well, it's an older team, but selfless. Absolutely. They were holding outside your spawn and saying, well, you got to kill us if you can.
Exactly. Now we're going to have that change, though. Steven is on the far. We will have a Bastion. We will have a potential barrage here, point blank, and that's exactly what he's looking for. D-Matrix is there. However, it looks like the boosters aren't quite online, but the kill only sets up the D-Mech on Kiva. Mimi will find the kill on Steven to trade it right back, and now you've got a Bastion on the high ground. That Ryan shield is not going to last long. Oh, the sound barrier goes down just in the nick of time for him to die.
Yeah, they commit that barrier to it as well. D.Va's going to try to get in the face, and that's annoying, but it's not going to actually kill the Bastion. You just don't have the damage output. You're there to help when the rest of your team wants to engage Bastion. And now...
There we go. But it's too little too late, Hex. It's too little too late.
Bastion dying when you put him in water makes sense to me. Robots aren't very good swimmers, but you're telling me like a Tracer can't pull up a backstroke?
Yeah, but what about a Ryan?
That makes sense.
The guy's where, you know.
Let us not go down the list and prove all the flaws of my logic.
Yeah, no, that's not the point, Hank. That's not the point. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, Moira, she doesn't look like she's packing too much gear.
McCree has a skin where he's wearing a swimsuit.
It's true, that guy's ready to go.
But he has some metal arms, who knows? Anyway, get locked up in the Graviton in that formation. Tank still putting out a ton of burst damage. Justice does rain from above. That is where rain comes from, and that is a pretty much full team kill. Luke's is here, Luke's is not here.
Luke's is gone.
It's Schrodinger's Luke's. All right, they will grab second point with ease. Remember, we're not gonna hit a second half of Rialto. The yellow check mark on that payload towards the top is where Switzerland was able to push it. If Austria is able to push it further than that point, we're gonna go to a decisive series deciding map number 5.
We saw how close it was on Control to kick this series off, so map 5 wouldn't be too shabby, but Austria still have to get there first. D-Bonk straight onto the point, and 2 kills, both of the... that was a sick play.
Those are the best kills you could ask for. That is where the cart will stop on the center of the bridge, stabilized.
That's where you want the slow-mo replay, just because it was perfect, like right on the payload, perfectly dumped.
I just
right
like
there.
how much more obsessed you are with Diva Bomb since the talent takedown.
Hey, you know, what is it? Great recognizes great.
Game recognizes game.
There you go. I admire.
Now Infrasight popped. Can't peek around corners when Infrasight is up, otherwise you lose your dome. Mini-Me learns that one the hard way.
Oh man, what are they gonna do? Well, they're gonna die, Hex. That's the answer, Lux.
And here's the issue is because Widow just has these great sight lines, stopping them on the bridge there, they're gonna have to flank her, they're gonna have to do something, or run their own Widow to try to deal with it. So Luke's putting on a display on the defense. Mini-Me just charging up his ultimate. Completely safe up here. Gets out.
No problem. And yep, just sets it up here for the shots. Long range, bit of the damage boost. Oh, the speed there. Switzerland committing the sound barrier into this fight along with Shinoda and the Blade. One more, and he does manage to cut Mini in half.
Not exactly what you expect out of a Blade, though. Blade is one of the ultimates you kind of expect 2, generally 3. Big Blades are 4s and 5s.
Sure, yeah. You do expect to get more of an impact out of it. It wasn't quite enough here for Switzerland. A little bit of delay tactic there from Kiva, but he will get cleaned up. Sensotics just killing himself to get a fresh mech. Because there's not really going to be any fight here from Switzerland for a little bit, so he'll have time to run back into it on time. Steven is now the one with the Blade, though, so this could get nasty for Switzerland.
We have kind of a dive right now. A lot of compositional changes happen throughout Rialto. Here's another Blade. Steven's got it this time, takes out his counterpart.
Oh, no sleep possible. Does find 2 kills. And wow, they're getting wiped. Lux dies environmental boop from the Mini.
And that's kind of just what you expect out of a Blade, too, because if you get 1, then you have a dash reset. You get a kill as Genji, you get to dash again. It's a really balanced mechanic that I personally love in all my ladder games. No, it's fine, I'm just terrible at it. So when you get the 1, you expect to get 2, and then, then the Blade starts running out. There is time constraints on it, maybe 3, maybe 4. We've seen giant Blades, but you expect 2 out of a Blade for the most part.
Well, 7 right now is having a field day. Keeps finding these squishies on low HP. time when Winston gets to shine. We will have the Primal as well. Good contest coming out here from Switzerland in the very end, really trying to hang in here and burn a little bit more time off the clock. We're about to pass the minute mark here for Austria. They will eventually, they eventually have to clean this up. Although, as I say that, we will have the boost going off. Nano on Mimi, so now he's really going to be tough to kill, and he's going to be cranking out her.
It's going to be very close. The reinforcements are going to be coming in very late for the Swiss team. They've got their Lucio back, who's been such a great staller on the point, so much so they just whip that bomb at him and pray. Eventually, Austria will clean this one up. A 10 kill streak from Mr. Dragon, staying alive on that Tracer.
Yeah, doing excellent work, and here we go. 2 minutes now for Austria to advance, what, like 30 meters away?
Shinoda napping in the back line gets taken out. That's going to feed Steven the last bit he needs to get to another blade. Nano Blade could be incoming for the Austria offense, and that would lock it down.
That could really clear it up. Yep, you can see it coming as well. He's just waiting.
Now, if he dashes up over your team, you know what to expect.
Oh, there it is. There's the dash. There's the cut. Looking for 1 kill. Mr. Dragon's going to rob him, but there's the self-destruct. At least there's that. Eclipse is out of this fight, but Steven is still here, hacking people to bits. We will have a couple kills coming back, however, for Switzerland, and it's looking like despite the Nano Blades, Switzerland are the ones who are holding their own. They are dangerously low, but some great healing coming through here from the Swiss support line.
It was Lukes who was trying to bring it back. This one's still too early to call. The Tracers are running wild. The Anas are doing what they can to stop the healing. 3 on the point right now. We'll have another blade. Shinoda's gonna come in big. Might have to use it here.
Yeah, he's got to come up with the goods right now. Eclipse is barely surviving. Gonna hold on for just a little while longer, and now you're going in full on trying to delay this. Switzerland, though, you've lost control of the situation. Austria running back in with more bodies, but now we've got Mimi in the mix. He's gonna get focused down, and this will be it. Austria tying up the series 2-2. We will go to a control map to settle this.
I think we deserve a map number 5. Control was so close earlier. So far throughout the tournament, it has been Switzerland's best map. We'll see how it goes, but it's been Switzerland's best map by a hair's width. I mean, they beat Norway on it barely, they beat Austria on it barely, but this one is way too close to call, so we need to go to a decisive map 5.
Yeah, it's been very scrappy with them for sure. So, I mean, anything can go down, but I'm just kind of excited to see if that hero story is going to come through for Switzerland, just because they came into this with no expectations, like set the bar really low.
Yeah.
They managed to check the first box, and if they can get that win versus Austria, they're going to be on cloud 9.
Yeah,
not actually, but they'll be there.
No, being on cloud 9 would be kind of really antithetical, wouldn't it? Like,
it's not gonna work. Being
off is being on cloud 9. It's strange. I don't know how to figure it out. But yeah, I mean, it was, I asked all the teams, I'm like, what would you consider a successful Overwatch World Cup for you? And a lot of the teams were extremely honest, because a lot of teams are like, well, we want to win the whole thing. But Switzerland's like, want to win a map, and then but also is like, beat Austria. And they would consider that a success. But then maybe, they play USA later today. Take a map off USA would be another check mark. So far, no one's done that one. And I don't know. It's been really interesting. Austria, though, has gotten some really big performances. There's a lot of good players on this roster who've come up big time and again. Mr. Dragon had a good one. When they really need it back against the wall, they do rely on their captain. Watt7 comes in with Primal Rage kills. Like, you can't say enough about Eclipse's Ana play. Like, this one is going to be tight.
Yes, Watt7 in particular is a good name to mention. I feel like he's been doing a tremendous amount of work here, keeping his team in this running. But you can say a bit confusing, but it is, back and forth, and now we shall see.
Why is that confusing?
Will the chain continue?
Because the flags look the same?
Exactly, it might change.
Did you know that Switzerland is one of the only flags in the world that's a square, not a rectangle?
I had no idea.
Now you know.
Thank you, Heck.
The other one would actually be the Vatican flag. And do you know who guards the Vatican? Actually, Swiss soldiers, because they're neutral in conflict. Swiss facts! Hit that to subscribe.
Okay, where is it in the email where I get to unsubscribe? That's what I'm wondering here.
No, just try to say something. Say unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
I see you've subscribed to Swiss facts. We will now be sending them twice a day.
So, what was it? Chocolate, Swiss francs. You got anything else for you, bro?
No, I got plenty for you. I did a little stuff on Austria as well, but I don't know. They've been,
Listen, they produced a great man.
Well, look, we're doing.
As far as I'm concerned, Schwarzenegger, a great man.
A great man. Came to the country, got famous for lifting weights, and then married into our royalty. A great man. nothing but net for 20 years.
Nothing but net. I love Bill Burr. Shout out to Bill Burr.
Austria is going to come out with the Farah here. It can be very good to try to knock people off the point. You can get giant concussion blast. And now the question is, what does Switzerland have to deal with it? They're running a bit of a variation on a lot of the tank heavy play we've seen with a Mei into the mix. Eventually, you have to imagine that Switzerland's just going to try to rotate, drop down through this back on the point. Steven sees it right away. Still going to try to lace in the damage over top.
Oh, right now he's got the perfect angle. That Rhine shield's a bit too far forward, means that he's going to be able to crank it up. Nearly has the barrage already again. We're getting flashbacks here, Hex. Oh no, what are you doing? Did he fat finger it?
Well, I think he thought they were coming out or something. You could see his frustration in the mouse movements towards the end. No, it's just his zoning barrage.
That is unfortunate.
And now he's going to get beamed down on the point. A Fire Strike will clean him off. Mr. Dragon ends up target practicing into the ice wall there.
And while it will be Switzerland picking up the first control here, despite Austria's best efforts. Oh, the halts, though.
This could be the X factor on this point in particular. Okay, so Switzerland mentioned that this is their favorite map overall, but they don't like this stage of it. But we saw how good Watt 7 was earlier as well on Oasis, playing that Orisa too, and it just wonder if Switzerland's going to be able to play an Orisa on this point to match it, because she's great on site.
That was a nice attempt there from Mr. Dragon. You guys are going to have to come out and play with us eventually. Again, we will have the barrage. It gets canceled, but not before picking up 2 kills. Remix and Mimi out of it. Steven just running amok right now. Shinoda, the next man to fall. And while he is getting focused, it's not going to be good. Luke's will survive just a little while longer. Great delay hero, obviously.
Decent though, yeah. I mean, they've already got nearly 50%, and they haven't really even won a fight. In fact, Switzerland has only 3 eliminations on this map, but they are leading it. Overwatch is an objective-based game. You can get all the kills you want, but you got to capture the control point.
Keep that in mind on note.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to switch to their own Pharah. I think this actually probably Shinada's best matchup, because his Pharah has been shut down when the other team has long-range hit scan, but his Pharah v Pharah looked really good on Oasis. Or at least serviceable enough to put some pressure on Steven.
I mean, he starts it off by hitting a dead-on rocket on Steven. So, Steven now gets put on notice. Great beam, and that's Mini dead as well. That is a value target right there for Scorpion. Lighthouse definitely showing the way to victory if it keeps that up. Sensotix, though, is going to blow Mimi up, but Luke's will be able to trade it right back. Grab in the mix as well, just throwing all the ults into this game. If Mimi can get back into this fight, though, we do have a Shatter, and that could definitely shut things down.
There's another barrage. We've seen so many of them.
Right there, point blank. Let's go. Oh, and he blows himself up. All Mimi has to do is hold the shield up.
You know, it's absolutely totally fine to target down a Rhine shield with barrage.
Sure.
It will crack eventually, and you will get the Rhine. You want to go a little further back.
Just don't do it from 2 feet away.
A little further
You're shooting
back
rockets.
Would be the optimal area of attack from that angle. 72% and counting up for Switzerland. They have a Shatter. Mimi's just waiting for it. He's not even hiding, waiting for it. Sees that they're rotating through the other side. Let's see where the Shatter does come off. On the other side of things, no ults of note to speak of. No one really even close. Maybe next one online will be Dragon for Austria.
See if he can get more value from it. Kiva will be finding the first kill of this new fight. Steven is out of the fight already. And well, man advantage now for Switzerland. They're going to be feeling good about that. Shinoda gets one amok and just chuck rockets left, right, and center.
Yeah, there's a barrage. Takes
There it
down
is.
Dragon.
Great game physics there. Love it, love it.
Well, these Pharahs just want a taste of their own justice, apparently. The Shatter comes down. Now it's just clean up on the point. Sensitix unable to defense Matrix against the Zarya. A little cute play right there. Goes off the edge. Comes back on. You know, we mentioned much earlier, probably on Oasis as well, when I looked at the damage numbers. Kiva's been a silent killer. Gets the opening pick there. You know, it's not these flashy plays, but you give me a flex tank who's just rock solid and consistent, I'll take it every day.
Flex, exactly. Multiple heroes, and definitely showing that he's capable on multiple ones as well. Shinoda had a few moments there at the end, but you got to give it to Lux as well. There is quite a bit of talent on both of these teams, but Lux has had the standout yesterday, today. Got to give it to him. He's always consistent. Mr. Dragon, a bit of a quiet game, that one. So that first point, not quite finding the impact.
Yeah, 4 deaths too, not great. And that is the stage that Switzerland does. I mean, they favor it the least, I suppose. And now they are 1 stage away from taking the win over Austria. Just another checkbox on their goal list. The bucket list for Switzerland It's getting shorter.
It is. It's within their grasp now, and then, hey, we're going to have a great match versus USA later. All right, Shinoda, though, going to be leading the way once again with the Pharah. Austria, however, going to be changing up their game plan, going for really beefy targets, but it's looking like, hey, once they see that Pharah, they don't want to have anything to do with it.
Really quick switch, good adaptation.
No, I like it. I like it. We will have just a little bit of variation here from them, and it will be the first control picked up for Switzerland, but that should be fine. Shinoda with a good position to just rain in rockets from on high.
Well, Austria knows that they're going to give up first control there. When you go back to spawn, obviously the positioning is not going to be in your favor, but now it's about, can you make this work? They do get both of the tanks down very quickly. A nice switch for Austria.
Yeah, some good focus on there on Shinoda, making him have to back off. He couldn't fully commit to taking these fights, finding those kills. He's getting closer to Barrage, but look at Wat7 already got the shatter online. This is nuts.
I think Dragon heard you that she was being kind of quiet. On this, Diva gets a triple right off the bat. Austria takes the point back. They did surrender 27% to the Swiss team here.
Now they have to walk into a shadow, though, so this can get a little bit frustrating for Switzerland.
They have to walk into a shadow. I think Coalescence is one of those ults that I treat almost like Pulse Bomb. That if you feel that you need to use it, then definitely use it. It's not something you want to die with because it charges so fast. EMP is going to come up. I think you try to win this fight with Shatter. The next fight you try to win with EMP self-destruct.
Let's see if that's going to be the game plan here. Yep, Shatter has been used by Wat7, created the opening. 2 quick kills coming through for Austria. And while we have got the Nano used for Switzerland, but I bet they wish they had that back at this point. You're like, oh, well.
Watt does a great job of just backing off there, being low. He knows that there's no need. They're going to double down on this and really finish out this fight. The EMP did come out. Now, next fight, they're going to have a Graviton and a Self-Destruct. You chase that. You do. Hit the headshot late. Mr. Dragon's crushing. What'd you do? You awoke the dragon.
Of course, though. He's got 7 final blows now. This is what happens.
Yeah, Switzerland needs to talk to you. You just poke the sleeping dragon, and now he's up and he's crushing on the Diva, of all things. That is a lot of kill feed for a Diva.
Wake your dragon. They can be missed behind us. I mean, the dragon is everywhere, and that's it. Just rest in the dragon's arms, because that's exactly what Switzerland are doing. We've got the bomb going off. Boom. And, well, Remix gets clocked again. This is a problem now for Switzerland. Austria are starting to get pretty far ahead in terms of percentage on this point.
It is a problem-ish. Switzerland has done a good job of not burning ults after they've been getting shattered or losing fights. And so if you look at the ultimate economy, as we often refer to it, Switzerland is going to be in a much better position. They're going to be in a position to hopefully get Kiba up to a Graviton, and then a Graviton Dragon should win the fight. A barrier on the other side is the only ultimate Austria has, and that barrier could save their lives. Barrage is going to come down and eaten up, gets nothing. Scorpion, Shinoda both fall.
Perfect play by Mr. Dragon. He really is taking full control. The Coalescence there to keep everybody topped up. We will lose the mech for Mr. Dragon, but Austria right now looking fantastic. Shinoda's the only last guy here apart from Luke's. Luke's trying to go for a wrap, trying to tap. Not gonna happen. And Austria taking control. And again, tied situation here, Hex, going into the 3rd point.
Yeah. And it makes sense that we'd go to this final stage, as Austria is a country characterized by small mountain villages and alpine terrain.
Switzerland is also similarly.
Yeah,
the thing is, you would hope that there would have been a little bit more of a battle on the 2nd point. You know, just get 99-99, go the full distance.
Yeah, let's go to the village right here in Nepal. This one for all the marbles to win the series in this regional rivalry between Switzerland and Austria. Who's got the better ski team? Who's got the better Overwatch team, more importantly?
That's what we're really about. I mean, as far as Alpinists are concerned, both of them amazing. So, final point, and it has begun. Point unlocks in 30 seconds, and as far as the comps are concerned, Mr. Dragon, another opportunity for him to shine. We're going to get some Reaper play. Shinoda, though, is going to be happy to see that, but Steven can deal with Shinoda with the long-range icicles.
Yeah, this is a more stationary style. You're going to take the point, you want them to come in, you want to cut it in half, and then you want Reaper to clean up whatever you cut in half. So you can just also zone them out, sit behind the shield, and not take any damage. This point's about to unlock. It's going to be a question of Switzerland can test this or not.
See if Steven can actually find the headshot with those icicles. It's going to be brutal. Wall goes up again, and it will be Austria taking first control here on the final point of this series. So far, I mean, Mr. Dragon, he's loving it. He's like, oh, you want to try and come through here? I'm going to put shotguns in your face, and you're not going to have fun.
asleep and then woken right away. Austria taking up now. And Switzerland, I think they're going to try to use ultimates here, and if that doesn't work, they need to switch compositions. Because Fire can be good, but not when the team knows exactly how to play around it, which they are. Because you only have that angle and the other side to try to get a big barrage in. He's going to get a big barrage in for sure.
Oh, a monstrous barrage. 2 kills, and he immediately gets the Rhine. That's going to set it up for Lux to find the kill on Watt 7. Switzerland, they turn it around in an instant. Minnie and Steven are the last 2 alive, and now it's only Steven who's here. Gets naded as well, so we will have the swap, and it is going to go back and forth here, Hex. This is exactly what we wanted.
It's good play by Switzerland to be patient with it, because you're waiting for that moment, and either that moment works, and now you're in great position. In control of a point with a Pharah feels a lot better than trying to take a point with a Pharah. You're up over top of these roofs. Shinoda right now just already trying to poke away, try to get his barrage back up. Had that not worked, they might have switched to a tank heavier composition to try to get in there. Despite there being a Reaper, he just ran up Brigida, able to shut down the Reaper and a lot of his abilities. So a nice counter play there. Switzerland in control on this decisive final stage.
And wholesale changes made on Austria as well, so the ult economy is going to be very low. If you look at the other side, though, Remix with the preemptive wings here, preparing for this push, keeping Scorpion alive for now at least. The focus fire between the tanks is too good, though. Kiba and Scorpion are dead. Remix, despite the wings, not able to keep his teammates alive, and Shinoda getting hacked is not going to help things. He gets run over by Watt 7. Great communication here on the Austrian side.
They lost 2 in the Valk early, and Austria, though they made wholesale changes, did keep one of their heroes the same, and that was Mini-Me. He's able to use the barrier to give them the sustain that they needed through it. Watt 7 comes up huge again with a couple of kills. The veteran presence on this team, keeping them calm, and they flip that economy quickly. Coalesce and self-destruct out. Pulse Bomb, of course, going to be up, but EMP almost there as well. And now Switzerland is the one behind the 8 ball, has to make a giant switch as well.
The surprise hack. You wanted to have a shield? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Hammers are swinging here, and Switzerland just looking to take the fight on the point, trying to keep together. We've already lost Shinoda for Switzerland, though. They need to get a counter kill. They need to be able to take out Dragon or Sensotix, and they will succeed in the DMAC on Sensotix. So Switzerland have a chance, but they've lost Remix. EMP comes out here from Steven, and that might be it. Austria might be able to shut him down here.
Mimi just swinging away like a minor league slugger right there. Also doesn't get signed, and he is put back to spawn. Switzerland back against the wall. Final fight. Austria in control at nearly 90% and counting. Switzerland must win this fight, or they will lose the series to Austria.
To have gone the distance. Switzerland, you're so close. We have to see. You might have words with me later for cursing them with Mr. Dragon. Mr. Dragon, hey, there's a bomb. Yeah, take that. Hey, tell me what you think. Remix. Already dead.
Take 2 and call me in the morning. 3 quick kills, and this one, the writing is on the wall. Desperation ults come out from Switzerland. They get 1, they get 2.
They do get 2, but it's now down to Kiba and Remix. Last 2 alive here, trying to buy it out on this point. The focus fire is too good, though. Kiba gets melted, and it is going to be Austria sitting pretty, looking like they're going to lock down this series. Luke's going to be the Hail Mary play from him, but he's not going to be fast enough, and Austria will win the series over Switzerland. They are the ones who get to talk all the trash next year. Until next year.
Austria, a country with a fierce cultural competition of baking cakes. They had the better ingredients today. They were the better village with the better cake.
Congratulations on the tasty cake, guys. You did it. It's the cake of victory, Hex.
Well played there. I also said Switzerland played really well. There's so much talent on both of these teams. You could go across the board, and we didn't call everybody's name, but you saw late. Sensitix's diva looked very good. Kiba was silent, like very quietly doing a lot of work. Of course, when they needed it the most, Austria had to dig deep. It was Watt 7 again. Eclipse rock solid on flex support. Those are probably the 2 biggest stars on the team. But then Dragon just popped off. This is a dangerous team, because if you have a DPS that can play Widow like that, you can give anyone a scare.
You can take over, start playing Hanzo, start playing Reaper, Diva, just all the mix. And it really did feel like the Diva was his moment to shine, but I'm told now we have Malik on the floor with Eclipse.
All right, thank you very much. I'm here with Eclipse from Team Austria. These guys just pulled off their first victory. First off, Eclipse, I want to do a heart rate check because you look like you're very nervous. Let's see, is it racing? Oh my God, this guy. The nerves have gotten to you. So tell me, man, you guys finally pulled off your first victory. You've been joking around a lot, you know, the team around the building. I remember in the makeup room, you guys were saying, we're just here to have fun. You know, we really don't expect to win, but you actually won one. So how does it feel, man?
It's insane. Like, I'm so relieved right now. We kind of threw the Horizon game, so I was shaking a bit. But yeah, I'm really glad we won that.
You know what? Let's actually talk about that Horizon match. You guys had 6 minutes in your time bank on attack. What do you think went wrong in that map that you guys ended up dropping it?
I think we should have just stacked ults because we had so much time. We kind of used them like one by one. It was pretty stupid. Yeah, stupid mistakes.
You got to use those alts in a proper manner. All right, so last question for you. Later on today, you guys are going up against Brazil. How are you feeling about that matchup? And is there anything you'd like to say to the opposing team ahead of time? Maybe a little smack talk or anything?
We're scared. I'm scared.
That's not what I was expecting. But at least he's keeping it real. Anything else?
I just want to say, like, I hope that's gonna be a great game. They're really strong. I hope it's gonna be like even game, not a full storm.
Respecting the opponent. I like that gameplay, man. Well, thank you very much for your time, and congratulations on your first victory Eclipse. And with that, we're going to go ahead and break down the matchup right now and send it back on over to the casters.
Thanks, Malik. And yes, it actually would have worked. We were wondering how this double box thing was going to work out, but I think we can actually
Put up a high five.
A high five.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on that for tomorrow or later today. So, there you go. I mean, I think
You had priority straight.
that's
Yeah, it's number
really
one.
thinking about it. But yeah, congratulations to Austria for the big win. That's going to be a feel-good moment for them this weekend for sure.
Yeah, now they can build a little confidence. Hopefully they're not as scared, but you know, like I said, they play USA later today, and there's some players on this Austrian team that should be scaring the United States. I mean, giving them nightmares. 35 enemies slept, a nice ratio of healing to damage done there for the Ana. I mean, that was some great Ana play.
That's exactly what we were just talking about, Hex. You know, as far as I'm just super happy to see more of them play.
Yeah.
Mechanically demanding hero, and it's as far as a commentator is concerned, it's just exciting because you know how hard it is to do that, and so you do get just hyped to see these sleeps. And we've seen some really great sleeps. You know, Nano Genji, nope, you go to bed. Winston, nope, go to bed.
Yeah, the Ana is the story for me. We're gonna just go through some of these amazing highlights, a lot of early Pharah play. But for me, it used to be in a couple prior patches. If you played Ana perfectly, you're almost as effective as a Mercy. Now, if you play Ana perfectly, you are more effective than almost any other healer. She's mechanically demanding, and you should reward that. The skill ceiling being that high should reward that kind of play. But we saw a bevy of different heroes. I thought Steven was actually a low-key superstar during this matchup. Plus, got a lot of different heroes. His Mei was all right. I liked his Pharah a great deal.
Yeah.
The way he got barrages so quickly. Of course, Luke's we will watch later today play as well. I mean, this Tracer play. And I think if you have a DPS that has shown these flashes of brilliance, Luke's yesterday was hitting headshots 2 and 3 in a row sometimes, and that should scare anybody. They have to play USA later today, you know, as does Austria, so we'll see if either of these teams can stack up there. But this was an exciting match between two. You know, we've kind of built it up as rivals. Zoe tells me, she's like, we're not really rivals. In fact, we both kind of just bond over our dislike of other countries because we're so close together. But, you know, that's just kind of how it is. But it is something, you know, it's like when you play your brother in cards or something. You're not like rivals, but you want to beat them.
Oh yeah. No, you want to beat your
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
at anything at that point. Yeah, you're not going to be backing off. I mean, it's just that's the thing. You get to talk smack forever afterwards.
Yeah, and I'm just overall on this tournament and as compositions go, I remain to be thrilled about it because every time we talk to these teams, they're like, we expect Goats Comp, we expect triple, we expect a lot of tanks, but we've seen everything, and the USA has busted out some interesting strats. I believe they will continue to do so later. Seen a lot of Winston, Ana, Tracer, Hanzo, Widow, Genji, Pharah. Like, what more do you want?
A very balanced game, and it's looking like we're getting it, Hex. Yeah. That's what happens when you have multiple heroes getting picked reliably.
Yeah.
It means that, okay, we've seen depth. We're getting some real depth here.
Seen every tank, most of the damage dealers, most of the supports. It's been a super fun tournament to watch, and I don't expect it to slow down anytime soon.
Exactly right. So we will be having Brazil versus USA coming up next, but first we have to take a break. So guys, don't go anywhere. We've got another match coming up in just a moment.